I've been wearing Invisible Bead hair extensions for close to 3.5 years. How's it been going, you ask? What's the full tea? Give us the update. How's your hair health? What are you thinking after 3.5 years? I'm here to answer all of those questions and give you a full update because it's time for another update, y'all. Like I said, we're coming up on 3.5 years and I have been so incredibly happy with these. I haven't been wearing this exact hair for 3.5 years. I've switched the hair out, but I've been so happy with the way that my hair has looked throughout the years. And I think now this is my absolute favorite color and length and all the things that I've done. It's just perfect. For those of you that are not familiar with Invisible Bead hair extensions, it is a hair extension method that takes hand-tied hair and it's sewn in wefts along the head in rows. When you flip the rows up, you do not see any sort of bead underneath it. I just got my hair done today. And when you flip these up, so when you flip the hair up, you do not see any sort of bead. So they're very flexible. You can put your hair in a ponytail on day one after getting your hair done. They're meant to be comfortable, they're meant to be flexible, and this method, the emphasis is on scalp and hair health. So if you are really concerned about that, this is the method for you. I mentioned in previous videos, at the time of me getting these hair extensions done for the very first time, I was experiencing a lot of really bad hair breakage. I don't know what it was from. I assumed it was from maybe a supplement I was taking, but when I really look back at it, it might have been like my previous stylist's bleach. It could have been a number of things. My hair was just in a really fragile state. I was a little wary of getting these hair extensions, but once I researched this method more and knew that this was really focused on hair health, I knew that I was in good hands. So I started going to see Siyan Scott. She is the co-owner of Extend Hair Studio in Houston, Texas. At the time, Siyan was at a different hair salon and she has since opened her own salon, which is amazing. She's just such an incredible hairstylist. She knows what she's doing. When you get in her chair, she sees the vision, she knows exactly what's up, and can create magic with all sorts of different hair colors and give you a really custom look. Over the last 3 years, we've done a few different things, but basically my routine with having these hair extensions, I get a full hair install and then I just sort of start cutting it as the year goes on. And then when we get to summertime, I tend to go down to one row of hair extensions and we start the process over, and then I replace the hair once a year. This hair that I have is the most amazing hand-tied hair ever. It's called Saxon Row. It is Siyan's in-house hair brand. So if you are a consumer, you can't just go and buy this hair and bring it to your stylist. You're going to have to get your stylist to order the hair from Saxon Row and install it in your head. I highly recommend this hair brand if you're looking for really high quality human hand-tied hair wefts. I'll leave Saxon Row's information in the description box so you can check them out. Pass it on to your stylist if you're not in the Houston, Texas area. If you are in the Houston, Texas area, what are you doing? You need to go see Siyan and have her amazing hair in your head. About every 8 to 10 weeks, I average about every 9 weeks, I go for a move up. All of the hair has to be taken out of the head. The beads are placed back on the head and the hair is sewn back into the head. I feel like that process doesn't take all that long. And the maintenance for me is not that big of a deal because I feel I'm at the salon every 2 months. So every 2 months or so, I'm getting a move up. Every 4 months, I'm getting color on my hair. I do not have any gray hairs in my 41-year-old head. So I can get away with going 4 months without any hair color or bleach touching my head. And in the past couple of years, I've gone a little brighter blonde. We've been experimenting with bolder colors, and I've really enjoyed going a little brighter blonde than I usually have in the past. But I'm in my 40s now, and I really want to soften my look a little bit more. And so I think going a little bit closer to my natural hair color, which is right here, this has been the best color option for me. And I've been so happy with this color. And another great thing about going closer to your hair color is that you do not have to bleach. Siyan is now doing what's called high lift hair color in my hair instead of bleach. She's foiling some of this high lift color that'll lift it a few levels without bleaching the hair. So the damage to the hair is so less severe than using regular bleach, and I've been loving that. So if you are a blonde girl, you will love Siyan's color process nowadays. She's doing an amazing job for me because I feel like my hair has been so incredibly healthy. I have not had bleach on my hair in probably 8 months at this point, and I can tell a difference. I like the lightness going through my hair, but I think the days of me going super blonde and bright pieces are probably over. And that's okay because I really love the way this looks. If you look back, let me just put some pictures on the screen of some of my other hair colors that I've had with these hair extensions, and you tell me, what do we think? Do we think that this color is really suiting me a lot better? I feel like it's just very soft and I love the pops of brightness. I still feel like I get this blonde moment in there, but it's done in a nice subtle way without near as much damage as bleach does. I really think that this hair extension method is what I needed and what I love. I'm a girl who has had fine hair my whole life and I've never been able to grow it long without it looking scraggly. So being able to have a long hair style and have this long full hair is so fun for me. If you have long thick hair, you don't understand the struggle, but if you have fine hair, having those full ends and waking up with this goddess hair, it's just so fun. And I don't care that I'm in my 40s, I'm having fun. Throughout the year, I wear 2 rows in my head, and then when we get to summertime, I love to go down to 1 row. I feel like the hair is just so much lighter and easier to deal with in Houston, Texas summer. If you live in Texas, you know the summer is brutal here, and having my little hair blanket is not super fun. And I love just playing around with it. The extensions give me the ability to go long, to go shorter, and have less hair in my head in the summer, to put more hair in my head in fall and winter. I feel like it just gives me so many options, so much versatility, and these hair extensions are great because they also give you versatility with the color that you can accomplish. You're not having to put as much bleach or color on your natural hair because you're actually using the hair wefts in there to accomplish that custom look. Siyan blends a few different colors together to give a completely custom blend that blends with your natural hair, and I think it's just so awesome the way that she does it. So back to maintenance. I feel like the maintenance on this is really easy. I love my salon days. I know that I get a me day, I get a few hours to myself, I get to DoorDash some yummy food while I'm at the salon, and I'm there, like I said, every 2 months. I'm such a DIY girl. Like, I do my own nails at home. I don't want anybody touching my face. Like, I want to be the one doing my own makeup. I love my own DIY lash extensions every now and then. I'm such a self-sufficient beauty girly. In the past, I didn't love to go to the salon very often because I wanted it to be low maintenance. And while I am going to the salon more than usual, I feel like this hair is very low maintenance in the grand scheme of things, because when I wake up, I have great hair. I love to sleep in some of those heatless curls because I'm putting less heat on my hair and I wake up and my hair is really pretty. The curls are great. That's gonna segue us into maintenance at home. I don't find it to be a lot of maintenance at home. I think at first, the extensions can be a lot to deal with. You're like, how do I wash this? How do I dry this? This is gonna take me forever. But I've gotten it down. Of course, I have to calculate, all right, I gotta wash my hair this day because this is going on and blah, blah, blah. But as far as maintenance at home goes, I've really found myself into a really good rhythm. I wash my hair about every 4 to 5 days and I put it in a microfiber towel. I let it soak up all the excess water and I let my hair air dry for as long as possible. And then I use my Dyson Airwrap. I don't actually use the curling part of it much, but I use it to dry my hair and style it. That's day 1. Then I love to do the heatless curls. I'll put the curling hair rod in, and the other days of the week I'm using the heatless curls or I'm touching up with a curling iron and just wearing it that way. I feel like that's a really good rhythm. For me, it doesn't feel super high maintenance. Wash day feels somewhat high maintenance, but I tend to like to do that at night. I'll do it after dinner and let my hair air dry as we're hanging out for the evening, get the kids ready for bed, and then go down and dry my hair. And then it's nice and dry for me to go to sleep. I tend to gravitate more towards professional hair care products. My favorite shampoo and conditioners are Pureology Hydrate, Redken Acidic Bonding Shampoo and Conditioner. Those are my top favorites. And then for styling, I love the Kerastase Hair Oil, the Pureology Leave-In Conditioner, and then some other various styling products. I will leave those below. I've been told that it's important to use sulfate-free products on hair extension hair to ensure the longevity of the hair. I've been talking about these hair extensions for 3 years. I've made various videos on them. And the most frequently asked questions that I get with this hair is the cost, the upkeep, which I've covered, and is it damaging your hair? Like, how is your hair health in the process? So first of all, cost, it's really gonna depend on how much hair your stylist installs. It's gonna depend on your stylist's price for install. There's so many different variables, but expect to pay like a 4-figure thing. We're talking hair plus installation plus color. Now, maintenance is much cheaper because you're just paying for them to move the hair extensions up and possibly color every so often, however long you need. This is a luxury service, and so you want to make sure that you have realistic expectations going into this. And Siyan actually does free consult. So if you're curious about her exact pricing and how much hair you're gonna need, she can do that for you, because it's gonna be hard for me to just say a blanket price. Then you go to her salon and she quotes you something different. I just don't want to be that person that's, she said this on YouTube. I think if you have any questions, the best thing to do is set up a free consult. You can DM her on Instagram or call her salon and set something up, and she will answer every single question you have. The upkeep is far less expensive than the initial install when you buy the new hair. And with this beautiful Saxon row hair, I only need to replace it every year. And sometimes I think I can go even longer. Other hair brands, they tend to deteriorate a little bit faster. So keep that in mind. So there's the pricing. We've gone over upkeep, and then how is my hair health? It's amazing. This is my natural hair. I can tell you that it's feeling healthy. I haven't noticed any sort of traction alopecia or anything. I've seen other people complain with like traction alopecia, that it could pull it out, that it's damaging to your hair. I know ultimately putting something in your hair is weighing the hair and scalp down a little bit. Let's be realistic here. But with the Invisible Bead hair extension method, like I mentioned before, the emphasis is on scalp and hair health. The creator of this method did this to prioritize hair health. So while you do have tension with things in your head, you're not going to experience hair breakage unless your hair is super over processed. My hair is super healthy. I'm not having to put a ton of color on my hair because the hair extensions is covering a lot of my natural hair. Really, the most of my color is concentrated at the top and just a little bit at the bottom and sides. I highly encourage you, if you have hair extensions and you've been going blonde and you don't notice an improvement, it's probably not the hair extension that's ruining your hair. It's probably the bleach. I highly recommend going a little bit darker, leaning into your natural color, and using the hair extension with some blonde to bring in some lightness. My hair is in amazing health. I could take these out and cut a short bob and my hair would look amazing. Since I have the hair extensions in, when you take it out, it does look a little uneven because my hair is cut to fit the custom way of these extensions. My hair is cut with my extensions in, not cut before the extensions go in my hair. I hope that makes sense. So if you are in the Houston, Texas area, I highly recommend that you check out Siyan Scott at Extend Hair Studio, because she is my hairy godmother and I love her. If you have any questions about Invisible Bead hair extensions, I am here for you. Leave them in the comments and I will respond to them as quickly as I can. And with that being said, we're gonna put this video to an end before I keep rambling on forever. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!